students, welcome to our National Public School online sessions. So dear students, we were dealing about the chapter metals and non-metal. So in this metals and non-metal, we were dealing the chemical properties. So that is how the reaction occurs both with the metals as well as the non-metal. So in this chemical properties, we had read about the reaction with the oxygen and reaction with the water. Now today in this session, we shall discuss about the displacement reaction. So the name only says displacement. That is whenever a compound and element are allowed for reaction, then the stronger element or the element of high reactivity displaces the element of low reactivity and reacts with the remaining negative radical, resulting in the formation of a new compound. That is the main principle behind the displacement reaction. So in this displacement reaction, here we are taken for example in order to show whether the stronger element or the element of high reactivity only displaces the element of low reactivity, or whether the low reactivity element of low reactivity also can displace the element of high reactivity or not. So in order to show you, we can do these experiments also. So before that, here 4 examples what we have taken in this experiment. Let me explain you. So in the beaker 1 or in the first beaker A, copper sulfate solution plus a zinc granule. So copper sulfate solution we have to prepare, into that zinc granules we have to drop, and let us see whether there will be reaction or not. If there is reaction, then it shows that copper or zinc, it is the element of high reactivity displacing the element of low reactivity, that is the copper, and they reacts with the sulfate molecule to form zinc granule. Next in the second beaker we have taken copper sulfate plus iron nail. So this you are all familiar. Copper sulfate plus iron, when we take here, iron it is the element of high reactivity. Therefore, iron displaces the copper, reacts with the sulfate and results in the formation of iron sulfate displacing the copper. Next here in the third beaker, zinc sulfate solution, into which we have to drop the copper turnings, and let us see whether the reaction occurs or not. Next in the fourth beaker, iron sulfate plus a copper turning, and this also let us see whether there will be positive reaction or there will be no reaction. So based on this we can study what is the displacement reaction. So practically now let us do and see, and while the experiment is going on, you also should record your observation. So before that, you have to write down which are the compounds or which are the elements we have taken, chemicals we have taken, then we have to represent in the form of the equation. Then we will come to know what is displacement and what is the principle behind the displacement. Now let us do this experiment. In order to conduct this experiment, here we have taken distilled water, and this is the another beaker, beaker 1, in which we have to take copper sulfate and zinc granule, and in the second beaker, here I have taken copper sulfate. So this is the copper sulfate solution in which we had dropped the iron nail, and this is the solution. This is also the same solution, copper sulfate plus iron. So 2 hours before I had dropped this iron nail, because for the displacement reaction minimum 2 to 3 hours it will take. So here you can see the copper deposit. Copper sulfate plus iron. Now in the third beaker, I have taken zinc sulfate, to which we had to drop copper turnings. So this is the only zinc sulfate solution. Now in the fourth beaker, we have taken iron sulfate solution, to which we had to add copper turnings. So these are the copper turnings. Here you can see the copper turnings. This is the zinc metal powder and cupric sulfate powder. So now we have to prepare the copper sulfate. Here I have taken empty beaker. Now into this beaker I will put a distilled water. Then I am taking copper sulfate crystals. So 1 spoonful of copper sulfate crystals. Then we have to stir it in order to dissolve the whole copper sulfate crystal so that we can get the copper sulfate solution. Minimum 130 seconds to 60 seconds it takes to completely get dissolved. Now to this one I am adding zinc granules. So this is the zinc metal powder or zinc granule. So just here carefully watch how the reaction it will take place. So just I am adding the zinc metal powder, or we can add a zinc granule also. So just observe it keenly how it will undergo deposition. So you can see now when the copper sulfate, when we are adding zinc granule, it has undergone reaction resulting in the formation of copper sulfate solution, and zinc sulfate it has formed depositing the copper. You can see how nice beautiful copper deposits it has undergone. So this shows that it is a positive reaction or displacement it has undergone. So within few fractions of seconds the reaction it has undergone. This shows that zinc is more reactive than copper. So zinc it has reacted with sulfate forming zinc sulfate, and copper it has undergone displaced. So it is a positive reaction. Now in the second set of reaction here, copper sulfate, again the same copper sulfate solution I have prepared, and I have dropped one iron nail or any iron piece. So 2 hours before, just now I told 2 hours before I had dropped this one, because minimum 2 to 3 or 4 hours it will take for completed displacement. Here you can see on the iron nail how the copper it has undergone displacement. Copper it has undergone deposition, and the original blue color it has turned into green color, showing that a reaction it has undergone. So because of the displacement only, the blue vitriol now it has changed into green in color. So this is also one of the positive reaction for displacement. So that iron it is more reactive than copper. So iron has displaced the copper and reacted with the sulfate forming iron sulfate, and copper it has deposited on the iron nail. Now in the third set of experiment, zinc sulfate. So I have taken here zinc sulfate solution. To this we have to add now copper turnings. Now let us see whether any reaction occurs or not. So these are the copper turnings. So I am adding a few copper turnings into this solution. Now let us see whether any reaction will occur in between zinc sulfate and copper turnings. So here you can see no reaction. So what the copper turnings we have put, it is as it is, showing that no reaction. This means that zinc is more reactive than copper. So copper cannot displace the zinc is more reactive, so copper cannot displaces the zinc. So it is a negative reaction for displacement. Now here I have taken iron sulfate. To this now we have to add copper turnings. So here also no reaction. So you can see the copper turnings as it is, no reaction at all. So this shows that iron it is more reactive than copper. So copper will not displace the iron. So there is no reaction. Now overall comparison you can do here. In the first set of reaction wherein we had added zinc granule in copper sulfate. Now you can see how beautiful deposition it has occurred within 2 minutes. So it is a positive reaction, displacement has occurred. Copper sulfate plus iron, displacement has occurred. But zinc sulfate and copper turning, iron sulfate and copper turning, no reaction. This shows that copper it is not more reactive than zinc and iron. That's why it has not undergone any displacement. So students, this is about the displacement reaction. Hope you have enjoyed the very beautiful and colorful experiment. Thank you.